When I first started training martial arts, I joined a Taekwondo gym when I was 9 years old. And at the beginning and at the end of every class, we had to recite a student creed. And it went exactly like this.
Where them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying? Cecil.
This is why I train in martial arts.
But these are two grown men who are exercising criminal behavior.
If you didn't know, I'm also a fan of fight tips. And before he said it, based on how he was starting off his video, I knew he had to be a Taekwondo. And I knew it because he was talking about integrity and everything.
When I first started training martial arts, I joined a Taekwondo gym when I was 9 years old. And at the beginning and at the end of every class, we had to recite a student creed. And it went exactly like this. I intend to develop myself in a positive manner, to avoid anything that will reduce my mental growth or physical health. I intend to develop self-discipline, to bring out the best in myself and others. I intend to use what I learn in class constructively and defensively, and to never be abusive or offensive.
He said what no one is saying about UFC 229. Let me make sure I have that number right. Yes. What no one is saying about UFC 229 is basically that the fighters didn't really conduct themselves like martial artists should. Well, that's not true that no one's saying it because Freddie Lee has been saying stuff like that about MMA for a while. Even though I have my issues with Freddie Lee, I'm not going to completely 100% throw Freddie Lee in the trash because, I mean, I did get my format from looking at his format, in addition to others, but he is one of the people I drew from. So, I mean, that's kind of like acting like I didn't study a style that I know I use. So, I'm not going to go there. So, Freddie Lee's been saying it for a long time, and a lot of other people are probably saying it too. The thing is, Shane, if you're watching this, is that the masses don't care about that. The masses want what's in MMA. That doesn't mean you shouldn't continue to critique it. I think you should critique it, and I love your video, and I'm even going to link to your video below this, even though I'm quoting from it, but I'm still going to link to your video below. In fact, Shane, I'm thinking about showing your video to my students on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I'm serious. I'm really considering showing your video to them to let them know how not to act. But see, we live in a world that rewards cruelty. My understanding of martial arts history is that the vintage, the creme de la creme of martial arts, you know, the true essence type of martial arts, the really, really good stuff has always had a small but consistent following, and it's never really been picked up by the masses. So the martial arts stuff where people who are really truly talking about values and integrity and things like that, it's a significant number of people. And I'm not saying no one's doing it, but it's always been a minor player to the major player of those who want to go see human cockfighting, who, during Roman times wanted to see the gladiator matches. That's just something that's in all of us, I'm afraid. The flesh, the Bible says in the flesh, there's no good thing in the flesh. So there's people that are going to gravitate. There are always going to be people that gravitate towards that more than anything else. Now, I saw some other videos about the fight where some people are saying, oh, it was staged. It very well could have been staged, but I don't think it was staged. I think when you are rewarding people to take performance-enhancing substances to get their body to a high level of physical athleticism in a short amount of time to be able to take an unnatural amount of damage, and then you're pushing them to be tough, hard, tough, attack. I think it's going to affect their brains, and you're going to have people jumping over those ropes. And another thing, this is something I tell people too. Unfortunately, to be a champion, not that I advocate this, but there are a lot of champions that kind of mean. I mean, I'm not saying they're necessarily bad people, but you're gonna have a little R in you if you're gonna be a champion. You have to be a little aggressive. And if you're talking about fighting and you're some type of fight champion, you might jump over the ropes at somebody who said some stuff to you now.
But then he proceeded to jump over the cage and attack Conor's teammate, Dylan Dennis. And those who are pro-Khabib say that his actions were justified because Conor insulted his family, his country, his religion. And those who are pro-Conor say that Khabib and all of his lackeys should be banned and arrested.
Now, I don't know exactly what Conor said about the guy's family, anything like that. And even if he did, even if he called the guy the equivalent of the N-word, he still shouldn't jump over the ropes on him. But I'm just saying, was Conor taking advantage of what I've called in some other videos the no whip butt policy? I say but I normally say a word that rhymes with cash. Did Conor take advantage of that and not expect the guy to jump over the ropes on him, and then he finally jumped over the ropes on a teammate and started swinging? I don't know. But my point is this. First of all, I'm glad to see that a much more popular YouTuber than me remembers his Taekwondo ethics, remembers his Taekwondo tenets: courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and indomitable spirit. But the popular culture just likes to focus on the indomitable spirit and take away the other stuff. So I will say, Shane, for Fight Tips, I salute you for making your video, and I really think I'm going to show your video to my students. Hopefully some of my students will see this video and then watch your video too. But honestly, if we want things to change, whether we're MMA or not, and see, this is the instance again, I don't blame the style. I don't blame the style at all. It's not MMA's fault that MMA champions are acting like that. It's the fact of that's what popular culture props up. That's society's fault because that's what we watch and that's what we reward. So those of us who want to stand for something else, we got to continue to stand for something else. So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people who like to talk about the martial arts. And now you see why you used to the creed. So you want to act like that when you grow up. And peace.